everyone. I am Lana. I am Cole Sprouse. I'm Lana Condor.
I'm Cole Sprouse.
Hey! Oh my God, what are you doing here?
Moonshot is very much like a road trip movie set in space.
I describe it as rom-com, space adventure movie.
And the dialogue's like very kind of like classic screwball comedy.
Maybe just riff? Isn't like talking your superpower?
Give me one of your earbuds. We'll use it like a walkie-talkie. You can just tell me what to say.
Cole was attached to the project before I was. And so I came on knowing he was going to be Walt. Cole and I had a lot of conversations about Walt. And then when Lana came on, to her credit, she really brought out a lot in Sophie.
That is weirdly touching.
So individually, they brought a lot out of these characters. You know, she was very explicit. I don't want my character following a boy back to Earth at the end of this movie. Like, I've done that before. That's not the message I want to send.
There was no auditioning together. There was no even really...
No. We had met a couple times, and I had actually photographed Lana a long time ago. But to be honest, casting is kind of one of those processes in the pre-production cycle that you sort of just roll the dice on.
Right.
You know, you can do chemistry reads and you can try and get a general sense of how two people are gonna interact, but when it actually comes down to spending a chunk of time with another castmate, you don't really know how well you're gonna get along. So we got very lucky, not just with the two of us, but truly with the entirety of the cast.
You know what I'm talking about? You don't.
This is a movie that's about very different personalities coming together, which is also kind of nice for the world that we're living in, is to find that common ground. So we needed people that had a really different energy and a really different feeling, but that you would believe would fall in love. And so that was sort of the challenge of casting the film.
We got along very well in like an outside space, but sometimes that doesn't translate into work. We did get lucky.
The dynamic between Walt and Sophie is very much a time-tested sitcom dynamic where there's one person that sets up the joke and the other person that delivers the punchline.
Goodbye forever, Walt.
Maybe not forever.
Forever. Cole is so goofy with Walt. He is portraying Walt in just such a lovable, goofy manner.
Enough shop talk.
There are moments where you'll look at me in a scene and I know that you or I have said something and it starts this train of laughter that keeps us here for hours and hours and on end. But no, it's really enjoyable.
Yes.
Really stressful days on this movie, trying to cram this much into the amount of time we had, and they were great with each other. And I just think they had a natural chemistry that translated really well.
Are you serious?
Rarely, but right now, yes.
Some of my favorite funny lines were all improv from some of the stand-up comedians that we have on the show. I can't help but laugh, and I'm working on it, and the producers came up to me and they were like, Lana, you can't keep laughing, and it's so hard though because they're all so funny and talented.
It's time to shine, bitch.
We have the wonderful Michelle Buteau.
And I'm your captain, Tartar.
If you're bringing her in, you have to let her improv. Like, that's why you bring Michelle Buteau in.
My joystick. Working with Chris is great. He's one of those directors that feels like a therapist. He sort of knows how to talk to everybody in a different way and sort of pulls this very unique, funny, different take out of you every time. And so I'm always like excited when he comes over to give me a note, because I'm like, what's it gonna be?
The scene, she's checking Walt and Sophie's IDs, and she says, oh, it's your birthday, happy early birthday.
Ooh, happy early birthday.
That's supposed to be the scene.
How old is she gonna be?
And that Cole's really just like, I don't know what's happening in the scene at that point.
Trick question. You never say a woman's age.
She just went on and on, you know what I mean, throughout that scene.
Trick question!
And then the remarkable one was we got the chance to bring Zach Braff in.
Okay, everybody, quiet down. I know it's all very exciting, let's all quiet down, but it's time for the important part.
I think all the casting was perfect, but Zach Braff was a great, great move.
Zach was like, I don't want to play this as like some sort of character on the spectrum sort of thing that people are going to expect. Like, I want him to be a little more like Machiavellian, a little more mercurial than that. And so he brought a ton to the character that he didn't need to. He started sending me like voice memos of lines that he was thinking of for the character.
He and I sat for almost a whole 12-hour day just laughing. There were points where we couldn't even make eye contact with one another, or we would just start busting up laughing.
How about your very own spaceship?
A little over halfway through our movie, we have a spacewalk, and of course, spacewalks have been done like 100 times in film.
Spacewalk?
No, you need a partner for that, and there's no way I'm getting off the ship until it lands.
The idea was, well, what if we make it kind of a joke on the old Tunnel of Love sort of thing? Like it's like a bad, like, carnival ride.
We haven't shot it yet.
Yes, we do.
Oh, wait. Right. Right.
Did a lot of wire work for the spacewalk, and our actors, as a result, were just suspended, having to talk to each other for a long time, which I think is great for bringing them together. I do think that you get very tired and very hot very quickly.
Is it everything you imagined?
The harnesses strap attach right in the groinal region.
Correct.
So for about 12 hours that day, I was hanging on a very small landing strip.
And I kept telling myself, I said, Lana, no matter how uncomfortable you are, I can't say anything because Cole has it worse.
And I did.
And he sure did. He had a traumatic accident on stage.
There was a whole sequence where Walt is escaping from his prison cell with the cat. And I just started riffing with the cat. And I held the cat out into the hallway first, and all you see is this cat enter frame. And I had asked it, "Clear?" And it meowed like it was responding to me. And it was just one of these moments that there's no way we could have scripted, but it was just so perfect.
Greetings, Walt.
Sorry I'm late, Gary.
Do not worry, I have already docked your pay.
Great.
We have this really awesome and unique, which I haven't seen in other kind of like space adventure movies, where we have old technology balanced with new, otherworldly, we're actually traveling to space in a commercial way. It feels very 70s in terms of sometimes with wardrobe choices and with the way that they designed our set. It's really, really cool and beautiful.
Functional.
We wanted to give it a very like kind of Jetsons vibe, like once they got there, this idea that like you've come to Mars and it looks just like it did in those space age magazines of like the 50s and 60s.
Costumes were part of this sort of design aesthetic that Chris was really our leader on. We wanted something that felt futuristic, but not silly, and something that felt holistic, so you felt like you were living in another time, but it didn't feel foreign to the one that we lived in.
I actually like the Mars outfits.
Yeah? Tell me why.
No.
Elaborate. Elaborate, come on.
I will not.
Are you in like monochromatic?
Well,
I'm in this movie with him. I know it sounds like I don't know what's happening.
I have a different jumpsuit. On Mars, it's kind of a more heavy material, industrial kind of jumpsuit. Why are you laughing at me? I'm not even saying anything strange.
All of the costuming, all of the wardrobe is so exactly something I would wear in real life. Like to a bizarre degree, the jumpsuit that I'm supposed to wear on Mars is a brand of jumpsuits that I actually just wear and own a lot of. So anyway, they did a great job of really nailing my character's aesthetic.
It takes us forever to go to the bathroom, but doesn't matter, it looks so good.
Look at me. On 3.
Seriously?
1.
I have had the best time shooting this film, and I feel very grateful every day to be able to come to work and act in this kind of magical space.
2.
This is the dream. Yeah, I mean, just show up and work with a bunch of comedians and actors who are excellent at being in the moment and have the set be a rocket ship going to Mars.
3.
Every single person that came on this set was really invested in trying to make each other laugh and have a really good time.
Goodbye, Walt.
What really pleased me the most was just the arc of Cole and Lana's performances. At the end of the day, that's what I care about the most, is performance. And I'm really proud of the performances that we got from them.
Goodbye, Walt. I have already forgotten you.